What's up, y'all? It's Jam and Sam, and today we're going to restore the jingles from DK3. We're going to start restoring them anyway. There's a lot of jingles to get through, so it's probably going to take us about 3 weeks or so just to get through them. And yeah, so I've loaded, we're going to start with the sideshow, this bonus game, Swanky's thing, because that's where we left off last time with the main song, but now we're going to do the jingles, the win and the lose, and then we're going to go on to the death jingles. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, y'all are starting. Looks like y'all are starting to pour in here. All right. Now we can begin. So let's see. Let me load it up real quick. And before you ask, I don't have any booze to take a shot when this thing crashes. So that's out. So the first thing on the list is that we have this, we have the lead, and that's definitely the, not an echo. So we have the lead trumpet. So let's just copy this. All the instruments are pretty much laid out, so all we have to do is copy them down, really. And why is there two of these again? Oh, because there's like a higher one and a lower one. So let's see, which one would this be? It'd be kind of in the middle, so I don't think it matters much. Actually, we can interchange them. So let's go ahead and make a new, put the bonus, let's make a new pattern, call it win. Let's say, let me see what the cutoff is here, about right here. So let's say that this, I think this was the higher level one. Yeah. And so this is going to be an echo right here. How much? Let's see. So we're on step, right? So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5. And so we can erase this. Actually, wait a minute. No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5.5, because this was a little bit less. Or 5.25, really. No, 5.5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's like, yeah, because it starts a little bit earlier. So it's actually, I think it's just, yeah, it's 5.5. If my math is right. Yeah, because there's a little bit, yeah, I'm just going to say 5.5. What synthesizers were used to record the original songs? There's a link in, like, there's a bunch of different stuff. It was the Ensoniq TS10, a whole bunch of different stuff. For this one in particular, it was the Ensoniq TS10. There was some other Ensoniq discs, expansion discs on that. And let's see, what else? There was the Roland keyboards CD for the Roland S770. And the Roland U220, I think, for this is all that was used. And yeah, so we've got, let's see, the envelope is different here, so we need to clone these. See, we got shorter notes here. Staccato notes. But that one note, I think it's... No, I think the whole thing's just a little bit longer. And it's also... the tempo isn't carrying over. So one thing that we need to do is we need to make a new arrangement. Call this win. Put that there, and also put down what is the... because I put both the MIDIs in the same thing by accident. So... yeah, that's a problem because it's going to overwrite. So this one's 41. I need 40. Let me just remove these. And also delete these. Let me go in and import it again. Okay, and there it is. The tempo is 96. So it's gonna take it now. As long as I just disable these. But it's still, some of those notes sound short. Maybe not. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we just have to add a proper delay on the end of that. And we want this delay to be only enabled here and not anywhere else where the trumpet plays. That's pretty much the only place. Oh, here we go. So now this delay is only active here, and so we want it to have a 5.5 timestamp. Diffuse it a bit, and then let's see how that sounds. And on top of that, we only want it to get enabled at the very end there. And I think this is where we want it to start. No, a little bit before that. I think like a fourth of a step before that. Yeah. I think I grossly underestimated my time there. Two, 3, 4, 5. Why is it not? I set it to 5. Oh, it's ringing out over there. That's why. And now we need to make sure that this one is only enabled here. And it's disabled on all the melody lines. But that interval still doesn't sound right. Maybe my timing is off. Maybe it's actually 6.5. No. Let me disable that other one so I can hear. That one sounds right. Yeah, that's good. And I think there is an echo right there too where this one is enabled. But actually, I think it's more like... Yeah, it's a different time signature. So instead of making a new one, let's just do the same time here. Actually, we could have done the same thing for this one. Since we're doing that, let's just do that also. So we have 5 3/4 that we want to paint into it here. And then the other one was 12, so we want to make sure that that gets painted on both places. Okay, so that's already painted there. And then in the other melody, we already have the timing painted. So it looks like we already changed them quite a bit, so we're good there. But it's not really... Oh, because it's disabled, that's why. But there was... No, I was looking at the wrong one, too. So this one does have to be painted. It's 12. All right, so that's going to stay 12 on all the other parts of the real song. And then when it hits the jingles, it's going to go to... It's going to go to... It's 5 3/4. But it also has to get enabled, so... I see, it's already going to be painted there. That's good. And now we want to change this time. Wait, it should already be 2 steps, right? Dun, 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 dun. It should be like a 1.5 steps, I think. Yeah, 1.5 steps. So the first one should change to a 1.5 steps. And I know that these are already automated in the other things. Cool. And now, what was that? Oh yeah, the ones from here should have that same 1.5 steps delay as well. Looks like, let me make sure that they also, okay, so we need these painted because these were never automated in the other ones. There we go. So now we can go ahead and change them here to a 1.5 steps. And of course, we also have to enable them here. I guess it doesn't use that channel here. I think these also have to be enabled here. Yeah. Perfect. But it sounds like they're kind of doubling up. I don't think we want that. Because they shouldn't be. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here they're 4. They're 2 steps. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I miscounted there. It should be 2 steps. Two, 3, 4. Yeah, that's right. Oh, but the other ones we still have to change. There we go. Okay, melody line done. Now we need, what's next? Doesn't look like there's a lot. Nothing here. Closed hi-hat and open hi-hat. But that open hi-hat, I think that was, yeah, that was the regular DK3 open hi-hat, not the DK2 one. Oh, here it is. Wait. But it wasn't that one. Oops, crashed. Yeah, it's that regular, it's the other closed one. I guess we don't have it in the, or maybe we do have it, maybe it's in the different one. Oh, I guess we didn't use it for this project. But we didn't want this to be, hope that's not going to mess up our timing. I don't know. We started with it, we'll just go roll with it. Because most of the reason we delete those markers is because we have to loop the song. So we don't have that problem because it's just a jingle, so we can leave it. But I do want this hi-hat to sound like it's longer. See, because it's looped in the game, so. But here it's not. So we might have to crossfade loop it. Yeah. There we go. Much better. It's acting like a crash, kind of. Why did it get pasted later, though? There we go. Cool. All right, so next thing is... Sounds like a tuba. Yeah, sousaphone. And I think that one's just layering up with the main melody there. And let's take it down an octave. But we should have... See, it doesn't sound like a enough of a bass note. Alright, we need to... Yeah, we got another one doubling up down there. There we go. I think we could definitely use some more bass around there. And this tambourine never got a track. Weird. So the open hi-hat needs a track now. Let's get some chorus on that. And some saturation. There we go. Now let's send it to reverb, see how it sounds. There we go. Good. Now, where's that tambourine happening? I have to fix that. I don't think anything should go without a mixer track. Not in the main one. Oh, there it is. Cool. And then we need that same echo on the tuba there. So first of all, let's take that first delay. Oh, it's already 2 steps. No, wait. No, that's the mute trumpet. So it's only got 1 delay, and that's that really short delay from the other one, from the regular tuba thing. And let's paint it here so that we don't lose it. And then let's put it up to, what did we say, 2 steps? Yeah. Good. All right, now let's get another one. Let's get that 5, or that 6 and whatever, 5 3/4 step. And let's only make sure we only enable it here. Wait, where was that? Right here, I think. Good. And then we want to make sure that when it gets into the main mix, it's disabled. Cool. Make sure that we don't hear any pitch warbling. Okay, what's next? Bass. And the bass is pretty much playing the same thing, which means it's going to be hard to... Okay, it's this track. I can tell. And the only delay we want here is that 5 3/4 or whatever stepper. So we can go ahead and say that we just want to modify this. Well, this one, yeah, let's modify this one. Make sure we get the same thing when we actually play this bass. Here we want it to be enabled, definitely, the whole time. Well, no, not the whole time. Enabled at the 1/4 of a step before the first bar, or being before the second bar. Okay, good. And then we want it to be 5 3/4. Cool. And then we don't want that much feedback. So let's go and say a quarter, 25%. Or less than that. Good, perfect. Okay, now let's see. That's it for that bass. Next, that's the echo, and that's the other echo, and then absolutely nothing. We're done. Okay, and the lose tune should be all the more easy now that we've got everything really laid out. So we got that tuba again. Perfect. And even the echoes are right. Which we also need to paint these echoes because they're just taken from the originals, so they're going to stay the same. But we still need to paint them the way they are. There we go. Okay, and next, nothing. Bass. But this one uses, for some reason, the Jingles use a different bass, I think. I'm pretty sure this is a different, I mean, I know this is a different bass from what's here. Did I do the wrong bass in there? I think I did, actually. Yeah, I did the wrong bass for the actual song. Alright, let me see what y'all are saying. I've been ignoring y'all. Currently stuck in quarantine. Yes, me too. Although our city's been doing pretty good. I can go out if I wear a mask with not much risk. Hey man, incredible work. Appreciate it so much. Thank you. PayPal link to support you. It's on my it's on my channel. I can paste it here. Let me see. There's the link to support me. All right, so we were all right, great to see you again. Great to see you. Thank you. All right, so what were we doing? We were getting a different bass. It's the other, there's two acoustic basses here. This should be the one. Okay, that should be right. Now let me go and check how that affects the... Yeah, that sounds even better than the others. I think the middles might be too much, though. Now let me make sure it's peaking at the right decibel. No, we want it at 6. And we want some, we're definitely going to want some saturation on it. Good. Let's make sure the other one's okay. Cool. And also the jingle, let's see. But the other jingle sounds pretty similar to the other one, actually. Cool. Okay, now let's moving on. Oh wait, what? I was wondering what that was. All right, yeah, that's a little bit complicated. So we've got so it's like a jazz hi-hat thing where we've got the they're using the open hi-hat, but they're putting some attack on it. So let's just take that open hi-hat, introduce a little bit of attack, and see what we get. Not that much attack. Maybe a shorter decay as well. And then there's the open hi-hats, or no, the closed hi-hats. Actually, that's a bit too short for the open ones. If you get a little bit of a curve on it. Good. Nothing. I think that's just the echo on the... Yeah. Nothing. All right. Wait a minute. Nah, never mind. That's right. Let me hear it all by itself. Yeah, the beat is a little is supposed to sound a little bit questionable. Good. think this one needs a bit of a curve too. Yeah, because it seems to stop abruptly. There we go. Much smoother curve. Cool. So that's done. Save that. And then, oh, whoops. So now we're going to move on to some of the actual regular tracks. We're going to move on to the death themes, actually. So let's see what's the first one. Village. Oh, Stilt Village. And this drum line needs to be created beforehand because it's the same for every track. I forgot to do that before I started. So we can do that later in a separate... Actually, I can just go to it. Well, no, I already loaded this out. Let me get that one going. Get this instrumental part going. So let's import our MIDI. Go to a new playlist. Or no, a new pattern. Is that FL Studio? Yes, it is. So these two are the, that's the drum track, so we can ignore that for now. Now, the bass should be, here we go. Cool. Pretty straightforward. So it looks like we have a trumpet quartet, or a trombone. I think it's trumpets and trombones. Let's just say that. And they're playing like a, almost like a flutter thing at the end. But anyway, that should be no problem. Doing like a fall thing at the end. Too high. Cool. All right, sounding good so far. Now the next one's going to be second to last. So it's the last two. Thought I copied that. Down an octave. And make sure that it's on, oops. Make sure that it's on green. And the last one. down an octave, make sure it's on green. Perfect. Let me make sure it, yeah, the bass note, but the bass notes, I don't want them to sound like that down there. Unless there's a tuba I separated. I don't see tuba anywhere. Alright, so let me go into that contact instrument. And we want this one to extend. There we go. Now you can listen to that bass note ring out. If you're on a phone, you won't be able to hear that, but anyway. I think you can put donation link in the YouTube description after the stream. Actually, you can just go to my YouTube page, and it has a link to both my Patreon, my website, and then there's like a PayPal link on there. But yeah, I don't know if I can edit the description right now, but yeah. So this is sounding pretty good. Okay, and then we move on to, I think that's all that's left is the lead. Always catchy. So this is the xylophone right here. And now remember, we have this we had this thing where we, like, there's actually two notes, but I have to actually put them. Oh no, wait, it's playing it like that. It's an octave too high. Actually, is it an octave too high? No, that's good, like that. And it's too, the velocity is not good, it's not loud enough. Cool, that ought to do it. Except for the, let me make sure the echoes are right. So looks like we've got one and a half, like 2.5 steps actually. No, wait, 1. Yeah, 1.5 steps. So we want to make sure that the xylophone gets the same thing it has now, but we want to change it when it gets to this theme. But something still sounds like it's lacking in the xylophone. It sounds like it's lacking bass or something. Cool, that's good. Let me see how that affects the regular mix. Actually makes it sound better. It's not going to ring out as far because it's a xylophone, and I don't really want it to be honest. I think that was a mistake that I'm not going to copy because it's like, it's a xylophone, and he's got it ringing out like a... Got it ringing out like a synthesizer. But I could make it ring out a little longer. There we go, a little bit longer of a note, and that would be just fine. Actually, I can still hear the kind of the ringing a bit. Cool. And that should make it, that should not be too noticeable. Perfect. But wait, what about the high notes? Yeah, that's not going to bode well for this one. That sounds fine on the jingle. Cool. So that'll about do it. Now I'm gonna open a new project, and I'm gonna do the drums part. Yeah, every last sample has been found. We restored Waterworld last week. No, the week before last. And then last week we did Swanky Sideshow, the bonus game. And I think those are the DK2 drums. Yeah. So it's just a kick and a snare, really. Let me mute all these out so you don't hear them. Ah, so everything sounds good except for that one at the end. It needs some work. Let's make sure that the notes don't run into each other. There, that's getting there. You can mostly chalk that up to compression, because that's how it's supposed to sound. It just has more noise. Most I could do is put the cutoff frequency down there, because a lot of the high frequencies are muffled. That's why it doesn't sound right. That's about how it's going to sound. And I can also put more of a snap on it, because it kind of just... There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. And one thing I'm going to want to do is definitely going to want to EQ that some. And definitely saturate it some. We want it to be peaking at 6 dB anyway. Someone says, so how does it work? Do you have the original samples somewhere or original synths, or are you creating everything from scratch? Both actually. I have copies of our samples from the original synths found on the internet, and then I go and I plug it in with the MIDIs, like they were the games in like coded in like hex format, but you have programs that can crudely convert it to MIDI, and through that, the MIDI comes out a jumbled mess, but you can turn it into you can kind of copy down the notes and kind of translate it. And okay, these notes go to these instruments or these samples, and then you can kind of put it together based on that. So we are recreating it from scratch, and we are also creating it from scratch using the original samples or original synths that they use to create the soundtrack. But we're doing them before they put them into the game. So we're going back and saying, hey, they use this sound, let's go and get it from the original machine. Like if they use pulled a sample from the Korg wave station and put it in the game, we go and take it directly from the Korg wave station and then just plug it into the MIDI, if that makes sense. Okay, and now the kick. Let's also bring the kick up with saturation. There we go, nice beefy kick. And it's pretty properly EQ'd, so we don't need any of that. Nice snappy snare and beefy kick. So that sounds pretty good. Now I'm going to export that as a wave. Actually, I'm going to have to switch to 48K for that. So now what am I going to save this as? Let me call this Jingles template. Okay, now we can record. You always want to do professional audio work in a 48K sample rate, because 44.1 is for is for like MP3s, and it's for consumer use. It's for listening, because most devices can handle 44.1. Not all devices can really handle. It might be a bit of a stretch, but 48 is higher quality. So let's say I need to go into DK3, save this as death drums. Makes it sound way cooler than it is, but pretty much every song uses this. There's no variation whatsoever. So now, pretty much we want to make a new arrangement. Drop this in there. How's it hanging, Death? If you've seen, I don't know if y'all have seen, what was that? What was that movie? I forgot already. And then just drop the death drums in there. And if we watch our mastering thing, it should be pretty healthy. Yeah, because our bass should still be peaking at 6. I think we can bring up our trombones a bit. Maybe a little bit less, and then bring up the xylophones even more. See, that's pretty healthy levels right there. Perfect. All right, now let's move on to another track. What's next in the list? Mill. So how's everybody's holidays going? I am going to be going home, which means that we won't be streaming next Monday. But when I get back, I might be able to swing a stream at some point. So I'll be going home for about, for 10 days. Probably be going back the day after Christmas. So I should be able to swing something when I get back. Okay. Now let's go to a new pattern. And see, number 2, S2 should be. So these first 2 are going to be the drums. We already have that. Actually, let's import those right now. Make a new arrangement, call it Death. Let's go grab death drums. And now on top of that, we want to put our MIDI. So we'll start here. What goes here? What's that third? No, the second pattern. It's the bass. I think that might be the same situation as before. No, it sounds fine. Yeah, that's the right one. It just might need to be EQ'd a little better. Yeah, get a little bit of more of that. There we go. Let me make sure that affects the main song. All right. No, it doesn't. That's okay. We'll leave it as is. Still sounds good. Just maybe we also want a little bit. Yeah, just to make it get to 6. There we go. Now let me make sure that that doesn't affect the main mix. It does. There we go. Simple velocity change helps. Cool. But we also, it's changing, we need the master to be there's also no kick, so it can go over, probably. Yeah, it all depends on what this low part of the mix is feeling overall. But here we do have a kick. Like in the main song, we don't have a kick, so we have that to consider. That's going to put the mix over the top. So we need a quieter bass here. Here we do need the bass to be at -6. Oh, that makes a big difference. Cool. So now when we play the full thing, we have a low end that's just peaking at 3 dB. So that's good. Now we can move on. So we got that same harmony on an E piano. Which means I'm going to go ahead for speed's sake. This is right here. Oh wait, the E piano's right here. I can just go and boom. 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 Very different sound. Let's see. How long does it take you to make a DK restored song? 6 hours. Good afternoon and season's greetings. Yes, Merry whatever doesn't offend you. Pretty good. Probably just laying low. You're the greatest person alive. Well, thank you. That's a big responsibility, more than I am comfortable with taking on, but I appreciate that. Now I'm telling, like, it sounds really soft, and that's probably because we have it at a lower velocity. So let's up the velocity. There we go. But you see that now we have, it's too loud is the problem. So here's where it sounds best audible. So what is our piano? E-piano normally is at that one. Let's try, see if it sounds good at that level. But it's a very hard E-piano. So let me clone it and make my own, so I can like kind of change it. Let's take this bad boy all the way up to full velocity. And now we want to take the volume down. And we can change that as needed. That's not even with the kick going, so that's going to really throw us over the edge. Not too bad. But we can take that volume down a little bit. And what we want is a much sharper E-piano here. And what I can also do, I think there's a couple different timbres in this bank. No, they all have pretty much the same. Or maybe it's an octave too low. No. Duh. Simple EQ seems to do the trick. But how does that affect the other one? Actually, it makes it sound better. Yeah, I like that sound. Could be taken down in volume. Beautiful. And everything just kind of seems too loud here. So if let's take everything down a couple of mouse wheel turns. That kind of alleviates a little bit of the pressure. See, now we have a little bit of room for the lead, which is the only thing we have left, so let's get to that. What version of FL Studio do you use? I use whatever the latest version is. I know what that is. Why don't you tell me so I can see if you're right? Yeah. So let's go for the lead. Mute trumpet. Here we go. Okay, so we got this thing right here. And I'm sure that it's just going to be a step and a half again for the delay. That's annoying. What's the most annoying sound you've ever heard? It's actually a step and a quarter. I think the other one was probably a step and a quarter too, but I didn't notice. But it sounded all right. I can make that change as I go to export it. Okay, so now that line, I just need a copy. An octave too low. And so those notes should be very staccato. Those. First of all, the whole thing should be much louder. No, those don't need to be staccato. They're just short notes. We just need to make sure that so let's make sure that we keep the main songs. What am I saying? Delay timing. And then a step and a quarter for the new one, for the death one. Perfect. And the E piano is still pretty disappointing. Oh, because they're too short. That's one reason. I also think they have a little bit too much reverb. Too much low mids, not enough actual mid. Also needs a sharper hit. Yeah, because they'll fade out on their own, actually. It's like not even a looped sample. There we go. We just need a much stronger sound. Much better. And I think even that timbre is a little bit better. And I also think it could benefit from a little bit of chorus. Actually, I think that the turning down in volume of the drum and bass were a little premature. I can bring that back up because we got a little bit of a room. Perfect. The E piano still doesn't sound quite right. That sounds so much better. As soon as you boost the this part here, much better. Pretty good now, but how does that carry over to the main mix? It's a little bit dramatic, a little bit heavy of a yeah, just take down the high a bit. Cool. Perfect. All right. So now we can move on to the next one, which is... Yo, what program is this? This is FL Studio. Mute trumpet should be panned to the right. Let me see. Yeah, a bit. There we go. All right. So next we have the snow level. Ha. We got an E piano bass for this one. Got a little bells harmony. Synth voice lead. Okay, now first up is the bass. I think we already have a bass listed. It's just not really very well indicated. Here we go. So this E piano is the bass. Let's rename this to bass real quick. Whoops. Ah. Not quite the same. I think we did some crazy weird stuff for the main part of this mix. That's not even the right pitch. I think we did some weird stuff to this sample. Let me tune it real quick. F sharp. And then some. Good. And I think I've been pushing that thing a little too hard. Let me see. That's good. But it's still, I think it's in a different octave maybe. Oh, it's a different velocity. Oh, and it was in a different octave. Cool. So that's perfect like that. Actually, let's put it back to the same velocity, see if that makes... Yeah. Well, we should want it in the same velocity, so... Perfect. Now that sounds pretty healthy. Let's see what the chart says. Looks good. Okay. So now we have that harmony. Now which one was that? Was that... I don't think so. Definitely not. Probably the vibraphone. Yeah. Definitely that one. That's the bass. This should be it right here. Let's take that all to green. Way too reverby. We don't want any delay, so let's go and make sure that we keep the same delay in, I think it's a melody. We want that delay here, and we want the reverb to be full throttle here. It's pretty much the only time that thing happens, I think. Yeah, that's it. Actually, we can keep the reverb. Oops, crashed. It's just that delay was killing us. Because there's reverb on top of the delay, so... Also, I think it's pretty high velocity. That should be good. Actually, maybe too high of an octave. Good. Even better. Cool. sounds pretty similar. All right. Now we just have the synth voice, which I'm guessing is this right here. Oh, it's a bass here. All right, we'll see how that works out. Okay, so we're going to have to basically make a new kind of sound for that. No attack. A little bit of attack. And then we want to give this a new mixer track. It's already pretty perfect. We don't need to put much on that. But it is too high. And we do need a little bit more attack on it. And it's got a little bit of vibrato on it. And I don't know, the vibrato system here with the wave station is a little wonky, so we're just going to do it manually. It's a little slower. Not so intense. talking going on in here. Yo, dude, you're a legend. Thank you for restoring the soundtracks. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sampling the DKC1 water level. Hey, I don't know what sampling I did, but I didn't really... This was created from the ground up, but you're welcome nonetheless. Just found all your master songs. Glad you love them, man. Enjoy the stream. Welcome to the stream, I should say. All right, so we got this. We're almost done here. Now all we need is a delay channel. And if I recall correctly, it's 1.25 steps. All right, now what's the panning on that melody line? I think it's all center. Wait, no, it's not. Perfect. All right, now big reveal. Does it sound like the real thing? It's a little bit quieter. I think the Airvox needs a lead. There we go. Look at that reverb. It's still too much. I think we need a little bit. It was probably pretty heavy in the main mix too. Let's see how that makes the lead one sound. Everything survives pretty well. Okay. The only thing is, I think we want to hear the bass more. Now this vibraphone, we can kind of take it down because it's supposed to be in the background a little more. Which is perfect because it's supposed to be in the background in the main mix too. Now that should be perfect. Let me compare. I still want to hear, let me drive that distortion up a little bit more. Can't hear that bass at all. Or barely. We do have a little bit of room up there. Let's take down the airbox a minute. That makes it sound better. Good. Let me check out how that affects the main mix. Okay, that bass is too loud. Let's take down the but there's no kick, so it doesn't really matter much. So really, we can automate the bass's volume here. Whoops. But see, it has too little actual bass in it. This way. Oh wait, this is not doing anything. Wow, that's very weak. Wonder what's going on there. Oh, because we already have other basses going on there. There we go. See, that's filling it in there. But there's more mid than there is bass, and that's a no-go. Bass is a little too loud here. That sounds pretty good. Now we come back to here. Everything looks pretty good. It's a little hot here. Wait, no, that's the other one. And now we can hear the bass again, so that's great. Perfect. But it is peaking, so... So maybe we automate the bass here to where it has the same... Make sure that sounds right. That's good. It's still peaking there, though. So now this is where we need to change the automation. We need to make it quieter. And where is it peaking at here? Oh, wow. That's concerning. It's not even doing that. It's not obeying my vote. That's weird. Oh, because I'm putting it in the bass there. Duh. It's a wrong pattern. Should be peaking at 6. Well, actually, with the drums, it should be peaking at 3. And the drum should not be peaking that much. Good. So now we have a little more room to add the bass in. Now let's see how that stacks up. Pretty perfect, actually. Good. Perfect. All right, we can move on. Come to Brazil. Hey, pay my flight ticket. I do actually want to go to all over the world at some point. Let's see. Just the weakest soundtrack in the series. It's definitely the weakest soundtrack in the series, but it is good. It's definitely nostalgia. Brazil is here. Hey, bom dia. Yes, gotta love Brazil, man. Will you do DK64? I can't do DK64. It's a different technical process, and even then, DK64 kind of didn't do much with sound design. It was mostly Grant. Grant usually mostly focuses on composition. Yeah, Grant usually focuses on composition. And so he doesn't do as much as Dave does with the actual like designing of the instruments and whatnot. So it's not really, I mean, it's not really going to do much in my opinion. I want to be restoring games that do a lot of like put a lot of thought into the like timbre of the instruments that they use, and like do a lot of like really open up like this one does whenever you restore it. Because the Nintendo 64 games were just not that compressed, if we're being honest. I mean, they were pretty well realized. So anyway, let me send a text real quick. All right. I would love to hear you do Waterworld. Yeah, actually, we've already done Waterworld. That one's you can watch that stream, and the video is up too. So check it out. So let's see. What is next then? Boss battle. Here we go. So the boss battle has actually, I think, a completely different bass. Yeah, see, that bass was not used, but we can just, add it in there. It's fine. Big fan of the DKC restores. Thank you. Glad you like them. All right, so yeah. Got about another hour of these, and then I'm going to take a break, and then we'll come back in a couple of more hours to finish. We're going to do 2 sessions, so like I have to really rest my ears when I do these things, like, because I might, I get used to, it gets to be too much. You're supposed to take your break when you do these things. Even though we're not actually doing that much intensity, because usually it's like I do these and they're like a whole track. Here we're just doing jingles, so it's not as intensive. Maybe I can do more, we'll see. But I do have to eat, so and I do eat a lot, so. Love what you're doing. Thank you. Glad you like it. And let's see, we will go and grab our MIDI number 4, if you're counting. And let's see. Boom, boom. Just my little sound effects. Anyway, so we got our standard drums. Let's give this, say, new arrangement, call it Death. All right. Boom. Now we've got bass here. Copy that, and I don't think we have that bass in here already because it's not used. There's a synth bass that's used in the making of it. See, it's like that bass is used. Very dark, but they're using an acoustic bass here, which I don't know why she's doing that, but I want to try it without, actually. I think that would be pretty interesting. What if we just broke what we were like, broke accuracy for a second? And it is an octave up. And it would be so I'm just going to because I would have to remove all the echoes and stuff. I think it would be easier just to do it the right way. I'm gonna keep both versions so I can kind of switch between them. Actually, let's try it this way first. Let's remove... Oh, the delays are in the mixer. Cool. So we can actually pretty easily disable it. Actually, I'm all for using the synth bass instead. We'll see how it sounds. I like it better with the synth bass, to be honest. Let's see if that sounds pretty, like it sounds passable in the end. Ha, I remember that. I remember hearing that as a kid, that it sounds really synthy but it's not going to sound synthy here, so it is going to sound different. Just be prepared for that. So let's go. All right, harmony time. Strings, where's our strings? We have a bunch of strings. Oh. That's a slow one, that's probably a bass. Very short one, we don't want that. Another short one. This ought to work. This one ought to work even better because I think there is some long notes in there. All right, let's see how this works. Hey, I like it. And it still has that like synthy, it still has that organ sound, man. That's like really awesome. I love it. Sounds like a shrill string ensemble in the beginning and an organ at the end. That's probably too loud though. So let's look into taking down some of that velocity. Perfect. Perfect. I think the bass is too loud here. It's probably going to be pushing it over the edge. There we go. Well, maybe a little bit too quiet. Too quiet. How much is our... See, that's too much. I don't know why it's so loud. I think we have something going on here, but... And I think that'll make some room for our bass. And I think our snares are pretty loud as well. Perfect. Oh man, that's very balanced. So now we got a marimba for the melody line. All right. This should be it right here. Make sure it's green. And let's see, it's too sharp. Yeah, we need some relief on the presence end. Okay, now let's say that, okay, it's a step and a half. Now let's go and paint that so we don't lose it in the main mix. We wanted a step and a quarter. Sounds pretty good. Let's check our levels there, because the marimba sounds a bit loud. No, levels are good. I think we can go and take down the marimba a bit and hear the, so we can hear the strings more. Not that much. It's too much. Still, we've got a little bit of room. No room in the bass. Actually, a little bit of room. We have a little bit of room in the bass. Can push it a little bit, a little more. And we can also push the marimba a little more. There we go. That ought to do it. I think we do want to hear that snare drop more, that like drum. So let me make sure to go back and get yeah, that's good. Okay, so what is next? Trees. Oh man, I need to stretch when I do these. We were making the Jingles. Jingles. Duh. Bringing back to some angry memories. All the dying, man. Especially on the what was it? The rope level where there's a rope and it's like burning on you. Man, I can remember dying so many times on that. Oh, slamming it. All I can think of is Kitty Kong slamming his fist and screaming. Yes, that was not as annoying as it is in Yoshi's Island, but it was pretty annoying. At least on the rope level, he didn't scream. He just kind of fell to his death. It's fascinating how he notices the subtle changes while I just hear the same thing over and over. Yeah, that's how it is whenever you do music as a profession, man. It's like you can hear all the little things. It's like sometimes I forget that. I think the bass needs more presence. I think the bass had a good enough presence. Actually, no, because it used that used a different sample. We used the actual sample from the level, or not the sample, the synth. So maybe I do need to go back and correct that. Actually. Good tune, actually. Let me see. Let me turn to the because the main mix is pretty tight in terms of what we can do. So let me see how much present I can get. What? Ain't got no tempo automation on this thing? Oh, jeez. Alright. Why did I do that? What was the original tempo? Okay, so what I'm going to do is go and grab the original tempo from the MIDI. Let's see, which one's the boss? Number 10. $81? Wait, no. Wait, that doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be faster. Oh boy. Okay. Let me go and get a backup of it, actually. I can just go and... 110. In this song, I really hear the bass as being the melody. You know, the da da dum da 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 dum da da dum. Everything else is just kind of a accompaniment to that. Okay, so 110. All right. All right, so let's see how much. So first of all, 110. Paint it. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the putting it in the. Nope, and it didn't even undo. Why, FL Studio? Sometimes I really am frustrated by this DAW. The soundtrack is just amazing. It's pretty cool. I like it. Have you done the water ambience from DK3? Yes. That was like one of the recent ones. That one always used to scare me. It didn't used to scare me. Maybe I was a thick-skinned child. Although I think the Gumby movie scared me when I was a kid, so maybe not. Maybe we're just scared by different things. Or it didn't actually scare me. I think it just gave me a really unsettlingly creepy feeling. Like, you know, the pleasant kind. Like the kind you go to scary movies for. Maybe I just wasn't a scared child. Maybe I was a really adventurous child. I don't know. So let's see. First off, let's do this right. Let's go back. Say 110. See, the bass has a pretty good amount of presence here. Yeah, it's actually very present here. So why is it not as present in the regular mix? Let's see. Are we using the right... Yeah, we are. So what's our velocity over there? Ah, that's why it's way up there. So let's give it the same velocity then. Which was, I think, right here. And that is too loud. Or wait, is it? It's really pushing it. It's too loud. So the velocity probably makes it more present, but we need to change the volume. But it does seem to be peaking at 6, which is what it should be peaking at. No, it's peaking at 3, which it shouldn't be peaking at. So we want to keep that presence, like, because what gives it the presence is, well, actually there's no saturation on this. But the velocity in the synth kind of pushes it harder on the, I think, yeah, no, we have presence in here. And the velocity pushing it like that is what gives it that presence. But so we want to change the volume. We want to keep the volume in the main mix. By doing this. Paint it here. Paint it what it is now. And then when we get to the death thing, we want to turn it down. 3 dB. So we're at -5 right now. We want to go to -8. That sounds pretty good. We should have healthy levels now. Perfect. Hey. Let's listen to the original one more time. Beautiful. I like the restored version a lot better. It really opens up on that one. Well, that whole song really opened up a lot doing this. I have diabetes. My condolences. Diabetes. You might want to get a... Well, it's too late for Wilford Brimley to come write you a letter. Dude, I like the part where it goes doot 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 dum dee. I can't. I could not tell which part that is. I'm good at communicating with music, but not text to music dues. We'll check out the other songs on your channel after this. Hey, thank you. Okay, so now we can move on to the trees. Feels weird saying that. But let's see. Treetop tumble. So we have, we're not going to get through a lot of these today, are we? We have how many to get through? When do we start to get to the winning stuff? Stage clear. We have 17 lost life things. So if we get through, what's half of that? I'm drawing a blank here. 7. If we get through 9, yeah. If we get through like 8.5 of those, yeah, 8. If we get through 8, we can be set to come back, and then we'll have them all done like cleanly by wait, because we did the other jingles, so we have to factor that in there. It's actually 19. So if we do 9.5, yeah, if we get to 9.5, we'll be golden. Yeah. That one sounds so perfect now. So anyway, death. So let's go and grab our drums for the death sequence. And let's grab our, oh wait, I forgot to do get the MIDI. Okay, what kind of bass we got here? Well, it's really going to be whatever's in the project, so. Copy that. Paste it here. Oops, forgot to disable all these. Now we should be peaking at 3. Perfect. Right on schedule. So now we can go ahead and grab our harmony. What's our harmony doing? Whoops. Sounds like a voice. Yeah. So where is our Airvox? Here we go. That's a bass. Oh, they're really using the lead when they, like, not the lead that's in the song. Wow. How disappointing. All right, so I would, oh, that's the harmony. But why didn't they just use the flutes for the harmony, man? Like the, well, they're probably using it for the melody. No, they're using the, they could have just used the flutes. Whatever, I'm not the composer. But anyway, we'll need another Airvox, just like for the snow level. And this, we're also gonna give it another mixer track. So now let's go through, grab the different layers. Very quiet, and that's because we have a lot of, no, we don't have a lot of attack on it. Why is it so quiet? Weird. Maybe the velocity is just sounds that low. Oh. That's why it sounds so quiet, because we got that guy in the bass doing these crazy stuff. And it froze, as it so often does. But these are too high, while this one can't be any lower. It's already going to the subs. Guess it could be lower. All right, going lower. That's going to be some sub action there. That's a bass. Certified bass. It's also everything is very soft here. But I'm kind of scared to bring it up anymore. And it's definitely muffled. Wait, maybe that's because, yes. There we go. All right. We also need the notes to be shorter. And those notes are going to be really short. Those staccato notes. So we're going to need to cut those, put them in a different channel. There we go. Perfect. And maybe the main notes could be a little bit longer. Cool. And now I want these to be able to have a little bit of reverb without this guy messing everything up, because you never want to put reverb on a bass. So let's put it in the actual bass, since we already have that, and it doesn't have too much attack. See how that sounds? Huh. Okay, maybe it needs to be more velocity. Okay. Oh. Right. Sounded like Dr. Evil. Right. Okay, so this, I'm just going to match velocity here. All right, that's good. It's a standard 75%, which we have, so. But that's probably going to be way too much. Yeah, we want to take that down. That's really economical, though, using the bass. The bass that's already there. Yeah. Cool. But actually, this bass is like it's not snappy enough. Oh wait, crap. I did the wrong one. Wait a minute, did I just edit the... Oh, man. This is why it's good to take breaks. There we go. So now we have a double up on the bass, but they should both together equal -6. But that might be around the kicks, so we'll see how that plays out with the kicks. See how we should get -3. Oh, see, that's going to be too much. But I think the Oh, that's the snares doing that. Yeah, the snares are a bit loud for that. I made them a bit loud for this thing. I should go and edit that soon before we leave. But the bass level looks good. Good. Now I think we want those airvoxes to be louder a bit. There we go. There we go. Now all we're missing is the lead. Marimba. Make sure it's green. Oh, it's got this delay on it. Hold on. First, we need to make sure that it's a good bit of velocity. There we go. Now it's going to echo to infinity, so we need to go and say, whatever that is, disable it. And make sure we re-enable it whenever it has to. I think, yeah, we already do. And now for this one, we want it to be the right time in the melody. No, just paste it there. And then here we want it to be 112. There we go. Perfect. We also want it to be a little bit to the right speaker. Cool. Perfect. All right, so that's good. Let me check my levels. Pretty good. Okay, there we go. That's good. But I think that the marimba is too... It's too in the background. I know that we have it in the back. It's supposed to be in the background in the main mix, but here we don't want it to be in the background, so let's... It's a lead channel suddenly. So let's go and say that we don't want so much stereo separation. And maybe we don't want so much reverb either. There we go, much better. We're also going to want it to be louder. Let's try to do that with velocity rather than actually automating the volume. Yeah, but I don't think we want it to be that loud. So let's go and try to... Perfect. Cool, that'll do. Now what's next? I think we've only got time for one more left, and I think we got up to 8, so it's close enough. The first ones were a little bit difficult, and we also included the making of the template, so yeah. Actually, real quick, I want to go and fix that template first. Hi, Ricardo, what's up? Which track? What track is done today? It's the Jingles. Also, what do you work on outside of your YouTube stuff? I score films and video games outside of my YouTube stuff. I've been working on a couple soundtracks, and I'm working on a video game, actually a space shooter, and that's about all I can say. I don't know what their policy is. You good? Yes, I am good. Thank you. Hope you're good. Have a nice day, man. Have a nice day. Yeah. Would you consider revisiting Crook's March at some point? Some parts of the snare is missing towards the end. The second part, at least in the extended version. So there's the extended version is old because it's in the video and I can't update the video. So that will always be if it's flawed in the video, it'll always be flawed in the video. Now what you have to do is click the download link. That's where it'll be updated all the time. So if it's let me know if it's still missing that in the download link, and I'll go and check it out. Okay, so we've got this template. I think there's too much snap on the snare. Snap on the snare. So let me take that down a bit. And now I really want this snare to be a different, because it's just too, the scaling of the sample makes it sound too different in the game. I really want to get that sound, so let me go and make a different mixer track for it. There we go. Pretty good. There we go. Good. Now, right there you go. It peaks and never leaves 6 dB. That's the way I like it. Okay, now that should give us a much better sound. So now what were we moving on to? Chase. Oh, like the, yeah, that's right. Hot Pursuit. Okay, so we make a new arrangement, call it Death. Find first empty, call it Nothing. And MIDI time. Stop, MIDI time. Okay. No. All right, so we've got, I think we've got the typical bass doing this, right? Even though there's like 3 basses in this song. But there's only one acoustic bass. Wow, pretty small sample set for this. Okay, here's the jazz upright. Whoops. Cool. So let's grab the death drums. Now we should be peaking at 3, which we are. Cool. So now we go, what is the harmony here? Strings, of course. Slow strings. Very sharp strings. What's this? Muffled strings, so nothing is really what we want here. So I think this one's the one from the melody where it's like, nah. And let's take the short strings and make some medium strings. Oops. First, let's grab this. So it's going to be equally sharp, but it's going to have a sustain. Which we're actually going to have to... Okay. What in the world? Why is it not... Oh, because I turned the sustain past 0. I swear I don't know how. I don't have enough patience to do this work. So that sounds good. We just need to be... Actually, that's an octave too high. Now we just need it to be sharp. So what I'm going to do is I need to really, I need to give this a new track, have this lead into the main one so we can get that EQ there. And also the main strings. And I really need to compress this one in terms of volume. So, compressor, here we go. Take the threshold down so it starts compressing like it compresses it 2. Threshold is where it compresses it down 2. Negative 29 dB ratio is how much it compresses it. Attack is how long it takes. I want to take down the release too because we don't want any of that interfering. But see, the problem is it's not always detecting the transients, so you can't really do that. Like it's kind of just trying to pull it down manually given the signal, but you want it to pull it down note by note. Even though it sounds like, that sounds too much like a synth. We want it to sound like actual strings. I think that sounds good like it is. Like, sounds plenty punchy like it is, actually. Actually, that's perfect. Now with the rest of the mix, pretty good. All right, now let's get our lead instrument. Simple square tune. All right. Square right here. Octave too high. Not nearly loud enough. Too loud. Way too echoey. Can I remove this delay? No, I can't. Okay, so what we need to do is make a new channel. No delay. Okay, so, and we don't really want, we actually want to keep this delay, we just want a different timing of a delay. 1 1/4 steps. Not so much feedback either. And I think we want the notes to be longer. Yeah. Cool. I think that just needs to be louder, really. Perfect. Let's see how our levels look. Pretty good. Actually, we could use more bass. Because I can't, it's hard to, I think because we usually have so many basses that I had to take them down. But here we can just put it right up to full volume. Could do a little more. There we go, that's more like it. Now you can hear it kind of booming. And now we've got nice, healthy levels right there. Okay, cool. Perfect. Done. And so I think I'm going to take a break for now because we've gotten through, I think, 8 of them. And we have about 19, so about, I think 11 to go. No. We have like 9 more to go. So that's good. We've got about halfway. Yeah. Something like that. But yeah. Your video has an updated link, just not extended. Never knew. Appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. All right, so we're going to take a break. I'm going to be back in an hour or two. And then we'll continue. We might actually do 3 sessions today. Because I feel pretty up for it. I just need a break for now. So y'all wait for me. I'll be here in an hour, maybe 2. An hour, 2 at the most. All right. Take care now.